Hi guys, so today we are going to start ammonia class 2. So what we are going to study today? Let us just recapitulate what we have done in our last class. In our last class we have gone through the two different kinds of laboratory preparations of ammonia. We have learned the setup and why that setup is placed like that. That also we have learned. We have learned about the drying agent used to dry ammonia with the reason why certain other drying agents are not used, because they react. Then we have learnt about the collection of ammonia, that why it is collected by downward displacement of air, why not upward displacement, why it is collected over air and not over water, that also we have learned. So now it is time we are going to go into our next preparation of ammonia, that is industrial preparation of ammonia. So our topic today is industrial preparation. Industrial preparation, that is basically nothing but Haber's process. That is basically nothing but Haber's process. Remember the name, okay? This is Haber's process, okay? Industrial preparation of ammonia. So in Haber's process, first of all I will write the basic equation of Haber's process. The basic equation of Haber's process is this: N2 plus 3H2 gives 2NH3. Okay? This is 200 to 900 atmosphere pressure. Okay? 450 to 500, I will write it at top only. 450 to 500 degrees Celsius is the temperature that needs to be maintained. Okay? Then you need to use, here I am writing, catalyst is finely divided iron, okay? We will go into the details, don't worry. And we also add a promoter which is molybdenum. Okay, MO, which is molybdenum, that is MO. Okay, done. So what after this we need to do? I think this is B. Okay, this is not P. This is B. Molybdenum, not molybdenum, molybdenum. Okay, so this is the basic equation of Haber's process. Now as you can see over here, the basic requirement that you have in Haber's process is nitrogen. So where from you get this nitrogen? First of all, nitrogen can be prepared by two ways. One is by lab preparation. Another is again by industrial preparation. I will just touch upon this in a very short fashion, because you don't require this thing in any of the CBSE or ISC syllabus in detail. Now in lab preparation, what is done? Lab preparation of nitrogen. See, we know a reaction, that is NH4NO2 ammonium nitride. It is kind of explosive reaction. It will give you N2 plus 2H2. Now this is explosive. Whenever you bring that, it can explode. So you cannot do this reaction. So what you do? What you do is you use a mixture of NaNO2 plus NH4Cl while you do the laboratory preparation. So first of all, in situ mixture. What? In situ. This is done in situ. That means, in situ means this NaNO2 and NH4Cl is directly put into the flux, okay, and let it react. So first of all, what is going to form? It will undergo double displacement reaction, and this is going to form. And ultimately, in the flux itself, as this is a explosive compound, this is going to change itself to NH4NO2 and it will form N2 plus 2H2. So what is the total reaction? One is NaNO2 plus NH4Cl gives NH4NO2 plus NaCl. Okay? Now if you add these totally, then what you will get? See, NH4NO2 was formed over here, it can get cancelled out. So here it is NaNO2 plus NH4Cl, which will give you NaCl plus N2 plus 2H2. This is how nitrogen is prepared in the laboratory, and it is collected by downward displacement of water. But remember a very simple thing that you need to know over here. So this is laboratory preparation, okay. So this whole thing is laboratory preparation. Okay. Now see, in this lab preparation, if you see this lab preparation, definitely in industrial preparation you are not going to prepare nitrogen in minuscule quantity and use that. You require loads and loads of nitrogen. For that, I will just rub this part, and so that I get some space. Okay, can I just rub totally? I think you have copied down everything. Okay. So now we will go into a little bit detail, not much, very less I would say, that I am going to cover in this class. So how nitrogen is, so first of all, next point is industrial preparation of N2. See, these are basically divided into two processes. Okay. One is cryogenic process. Cryogenic means cold, very cold. Okay. Another is non-cryogenic process. Okay. These are the two methods. In cryogenic process, okay, air is first taken, then it is dried by alumina, and first is alumina, dried means water is gone. After that you use molecular sieves to absorb CO2. You can write to adsorb means absorption at surface, CO2. So you get dry air. Okay. Now after this air it is dried, it is liquefied, liquefied, clear, liquefied, and after it is liquefied we undergo, or it undergoes, we have to give a equipment, fractional distillation. Okay, fractional distillation, wherein we get two products. One is nitrogen gas, you can also get liquid, okay, and another is oxygen. So this is the cryogenic process in a nutshell. Let me say you, this is very much nutshell. Now non-cryogenic process, there are two kinds of adsorption system. One is PSA, another is VPSA. Okay, this is pressure swing adsorption. This is vacuum pressure swing adsorption. So nowadays PSA is not used, and this can give you maximum, you can say 95% purity, not more than that. This can give you 99.99% purity. Okay, in case of VPSA also approximately 95 to 98% purity is achieved. Okay. Nowadays VPSA system is only used. In VPSA system, molecular, there are separate kind of molecular sieves which is used to differentiate or to separate nitrogen and oxygen. So nowadays PSA is not used, okay, because VPSA is much more efficient. Okay. So this is about industrial preparation of nitrogen. Now why I have taught you all these things, you may not get that in your book. But remember, in syllabus it is said that how to prepare nitrogen, a basic idea is required. So I have given you more than basic idea, believe me guys. Okay, more than basic idea. This idea you will not get outside. Okay, I have given you a lot of information that you will not get outside. Let me say you these things. Okay. So अभी अपना क्या है? We have already prepared your nitrogen. ठीक है? Nitrogen is already prepared. Stand can fall. Okay. So nitrogen is prepared. Now we will be going for Haber's process. That is, now nitrogen is already prepared. You need to prepare ammonia. ठीक है? So first of all, what is required in Haber's process? In our syllabus, what is there and what is required? That much you need to understand very well. See, details of the apparatus is excluded from the syllabus. I can check the syllabus right now. Okay, let me check. I hope you can hear me, can't see me maybe. Just reference is required, nothing else. So details आपको कुछ पूछेगा नहीं, but I'll teach you in detail, don't worry about that. ठीक है? So first of all, what is required? Syllabus requirement क्या है? What is syllabus required? That much we'll do first. ठीक है? Syllabus requirement we'll do first. Syllabus requirement, first of all, you need to understand what is the reaction. So reaction is required in syllabus. 3H2 2NH3 plus heat. So it is an exothermic process. It is an exothermic process. Please remember, this is important. It is an exothermic reaction. ठीक है, exothermic reaction. Next, don't write like this, you will write reaction. Next, temperature required in this reaction is 450 to 500 degrees Celsius. This is the temperature required. What is the pressure required in this reaction? Pressure requirement is 200 to 900 atmosphere. ठीक है, high pressure is required. As you can see, what is the catalyst required? Catalyst required, already we have said, finely divided iron. Finely divided iron. ठीक है, catalyst required is finely divided iron. What is the promoter used in this reaction? Promoter, these things are very important, you need to keep in mind. Molybdenum. Remember, let me stress on this, when you get a name the following. What is the promoter used in Haber process? Please write the total name, don't write the formula. ठीक है? So next is, this is very important, this part, and this part will be basic syllabus requirement of Haber's process. Another important thing that you need to know over here is that as it is an exothermic reaction, if you increase of temperature, what will be the problems, or will the reaction go on well, or it is not going to have good yield of ammonia? See, as it is exothermic reaction, please write it down, it is an exothermic reaction. The reaction itself evolves heat or energy. Please write down, as it is exothermic reaction, reaction itself evolves heat or energy. So after the reaction is started, there is no requirement of continuous heating of the reactant mixture. Clear? हो गया. So next is, now what if I increase the temperature? Temperature increase means you are providing energy, you are giving energy. Temperature increase means you are giving energy. So if you give energy in this reaction, then what happens? See, reaction is basically nothing but reactant giving products. But this is a reversible reaction, so product can also form reactant, right? So in this case, heat is evolved. So which part is taking the heat? Is it the reactant or the product? The product is taking the heat. When you are giving energy, the product part will take the heat and backward reaction, okay? And backward reaction will take place. So you can write it like this, as it is exothermic process, ठीक है, increase of temperature would cause backward reaction to take place at a faster rate. Remember, in a exothermic reaction, increase in temperature would cause backward reaction to take place at a faster rate. Okay, So increase of temperature does not affect this reaction. In fact, it affects it in a inverse fashion. So what happens if you increase the, please write down after this. So in this reaction, lesser temperature is favored. So in this reaction, lesser temperature is favored, full stop. Then why this 450 to 500 is required? That also important, please write down. But a minimum temperature is required for activation of reactant molecule. A minimum temperature is required for activation of reactant molecule and to give a proper yield of ammonia, and hence 450 to 500 degrees Celsius is maintained. 450 to 500 degrees Celsius is maintained. Okay. Now next is increase of pressure. Increase of pressure. Okay. What is increase of pressure? How does it affect it? So see, if I increase the pressure in this, suppose this is a gaseous reaction. Here you got 1 mole, here you got 3 mole, here you got 2 mole. So here there is 4 mole and it is forming 2 mole. So in reactant side there is 4 mole and in product side there is 2 mole. So definitely if you increase the pressure, then reactant will get compressed and reaction will move in forward direction. So you write it this way, I will write it for you. As the reaction, please write it bracket, forward proceeds with decrease in volume, है ना, decrease in volume. क्यों? Because here there is 4 mole, here there is 2 mole, and mole is for gases directly proportional to volume. So as the reaction proceeds with decrease in volume, increase in pressure would increase the rate of forward reaction. ठीक है, as the reaction proceeds with decrease in volume, increase in pressure would increase the rate of forward reaction. Clear? तो forward reaction हो गया अपना. ठीक है, increase of temperature also you have completed, increase of pressure also you have completed. Now these things, whether in case of exothermic reaction increase in temperature will bring this change or increase in pressure will bring this change, ठीक है, in what kind of reaction, this is guided by a principle called Le Chatelier's principle. ठीक है. Okay, so see what happens in Le Chatelier's principle. Whenever there is a exothermic reaction, increase of temperature will increase the backward reaction rate. If it is a endothermic reaction, increase of temperature will increase the forward reaction rate. ठीक है. If the reaction proceed with decrease in volume like this, if the number of moles in reactant size is more, then if you increase the pressure, forward reaction will proceed faster. If you decrease the pressure, backward reaction will proceed faster. ठीक है. So that is guided by Le Chatelier's principle. Details are not in ICC or CBSE syllabus at this moment. ठीक है. Now a brief idea about Haber's process is required, not in detail, very brief. I will just show you. This is the part that is required in your syllabus. So first of all I completed the syllabus part. Now I will just show you a brief part of or brief description, box description of Haber's process. So see, first of all N2 is brought in and H2 is also brought in a ratio of 1:3 by volume. ठीक है, it is brought in. It is then pumped or you can say compressed. Compression. ठीक है, it attains a pressure of 200 to 900 atmosphere. ठीक है. Now it is not dry yet, so it needs to be dried. So here the soda lime chamber is there. soda lime, because this is basically drying chamber. ठीक है, this is drying chamber. Next, soda lime is done. After that, see, compression is done, then drying is done. After that, what you do? You put it into the catalytic chamber. In catalytic chamber, finely divided iron and molybdenum is put in like a packed bed, ठीक है, and in that this N2 and H2 goes and reacts. After reaction, ठीक है, after reaction they are put into condensation chamber. Condensation chamber, ठीक है. After that they are put into condensation chamber, ठीक है. Now in condensation chamber what happens? Here see, after this reaction it is a mixture of N2, H2 and NH3, because all the N2 and H2 has not converted to NH3. Some part has converted, not total. So this yield of NH3 is approximately 10 to 20%, ठीक है. So basically 10 to 20% of nitrogen and hydrogen has been converted to NH3. So in this condensation chamber, ammonia is easily liquefiable. So ammonia liquefies, collected. From the top of it, N2 and H2 is collected, okay, compressed. So here is another compression chamber. Compression, can you see? Okay, I will write it. Compression, and after compression it is again put into catalytic chamber. So you don't waste the N2 and H2 that has not been reacted. We again put it into the catalytic chamber, and once the reaction temperature is attained in catalytic chamber, we don't heat it any further, because the reaction is exothermic and it maintains the reaction chamber. So that is all about Haber's process that you require in your syllabus. Thank you guys, go through it very well so that you don't face any problem regarding this. After this, there are a lot of things that has to be done about ammonia.